Hello and welcome to Marketplace Outreach. Today we're going to be talking about one word, and we hope we can do a series on this one word because there's so many people that are dealing with just this one word, and that one word is why. Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? You know, it's one of the most asked questions. As a child growing up, we're always asking why. Why this, Mom? Why this, Dad? Why do you do that? And we're looking for answers. And I was told the other day by someone in my family that we were talking about what's going on in our country, what's going on all around us. And he said, Dad, the big question that is being asked by most people is why. And I pondered that and I thought, why? And I've asked that myself. Of why are we in such a mess? Why is this going on? How did we allow things to happen to destroy or bring destruction to lives all around us? And it's going on all the time. And people are angry, they're upset, they're messed up, and they're just so many things that we could go into and talk about. And we'll just talk about a few of them today. But I would like to ask you to be involved in this. When you go on YouTube and you see Marketplace Outreach podcast, just put down a question or ask the why about a particular situation in your own life. Then maybe we can answer that. Maybe we can work together to help people find out the whys in their life. And I have several notes here. I'm not a good person to just start reading notes, trying to make everything work and look professional. I'm just going to be real as I can be and as transparent as I can be so you can see that we're all in this together. We're all asking questions. We're not getting too many answers. We hear a lot of talk, and no answers. And it's just like we're being used as little puppets for particular things that people want out of us. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little bit tired of it. And I want some answers. I want to know the whys. How can we answer those whys? One of the most consistent and nagging questions we encounter in our life is the question, why? Almost no other question has bothered us as much and made us so frustrated and angry and frightened than the question, why? I hear this from young people. I hear it from older people. Why? Why did this happen to me? Why did I lose my spouse so early? Why did death come knocking at the door of my home when my little boy was just 6 years old, and our little boy? But I asked the question, why? And I was non-regenerate of mind and everything else, but I still ask that question today, even though I've gotten a lot of answers along the way. And so the answers do come, but sometimes it takes a long time. We have to be willing to endure and to be faithful to get the answer that we're looking for. And I think there's not a child out there including myself as a child. It's been a long time ago, but I asked my mother why. I asked my dad why. When we were farming a little 160 acre farm, and we were required to pull cotton, chop cotton, pull corn off the husk, shell black-eyed peas, do all that kind of stuff, slop the pigs, and take care of the livestock that we had. And, sometimes it just got to me because as a little boy, we were all required to work. And I wanted to know why I couldn't enjoy being a little boy all the time instead of having to work. Well, it took everybody back in those days in the family, and there was 8 kids and mother and dad, so there was 10 of us that had to work and to try to make a living and to eat and to have life. And so those answers come after you grow old and you look back over your shoulder and you see some of those whys have already been answered. And some of you looking today, maybe watching, I want you to ask that question, why? And put a phrase at the end of it and say, why did this happen? And maybe we can discover an answer through different ways, through commentaries or the biblical principles that are in the Bible. There's a lot of people in the Bible that in the Old Testament and the New Testament that ask why. Why? Job asked why, and I'm going to read that to you here toward the end of the program of why Job asked the question that he did, but he still had to endure suffering and pain that he went through. So when we become adults, we gain more knowledge and more insight into the answer for the whys that we can help others that are struggling to find the answers for their own life. Many have lost family members. They've lost homes or their finances. They went broke or whatever, and they couldn't make it. It was like destitute. And I've been to foreign countries. I've been in India and different parts of the world, and I see firsthand what it looks like to really, really be poor. And I'm sure those people ask why. When they're having to dig into the trash dumps to find something to eat. I'm not trying to get on the side of you or that you feel sorry for everybody. We should have compassion for people who are going through things in their life. And as they ask whys, maybe some way or another, through prayer, through loving people, we can help bring answers. And one of the questions people ask, why doesn't somebody do something about this? You know, we're talking about that in our nation. Why are the taxes so high? Why is gasoline so high? It sounds like I'm getting political. I'm not. I'm talking to you from the standpoint of just being an ordinary citizen of a great nation that I love so much. And I served in the military, and I paid the price that I needed to pay to do the best that I could to answer the why for a lot of people. Why aren't I getting paid as much as the next person? We don't know all the ramifications of everybody's income or their salaries, but it does bother them. Why do I get little and they get more? Why are there so many billionaires and millionaires in our nation, and there's so many that are middle income, that are struggling, that are paying a lot of the bills for a lot of the other people? And we ask those questions, and we in families. The question is, why can't we get along? Why is my family so dysfunctional? Why don't we all get along? Why can't we love each other? And kids leave home early in life because people they don't get the attention that they want or desire. They're looking for answers for their life. They're asking why. Why is this way? Why don't we ever talk to each other anymore? Well, we've all got cell phones, we've got television, we've got all kinds of things. And I know you've heard this preached, and I'm not preaching, I'm just talking to you. But I've had occasion to be in situations where the cell phone at the dinner table or the whatever, we call it supper, but people would be on those cell phones during the time a long time ago where we used to sit and talk and chatter and talk about our days and what went on at school or whatever. But not anymore. It seems like everybody's too consumed. Not everybody. I'm not putting everybody in the same handbasket, but we seem like we can't answer the whys because we're allowing technology to try to answer the life attitudes that we live. And people are asking, why don't you love me anymore? Love, the agape love that used to be prevalent in the homes, the love that endured, is kind of on the back burner. People love things or money, or they're trying hard to make more, to get more, so they can have more. The more stuff that you've got, the more things you can put in your garage or whatever, or in the attic and store it, and somebody has to sell it someday or get rid of it. But that seems to be a way that we try to accumulate our wealth. Wealth is when we put our love on the line for somebody else. Jesus put his life on the line for all of us. He gave his very life that we would have redemption from sin and a sin nature, and that we could understand love, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, and hope, and all the attributes of Christ himself. And there's so many different things in the Bible, and I've been going through 2 years of Bible college in my latter years, and I'm learning more and more. But I'm at that age where I can't retain a lot of it, but I sure am trying to keep my mind active. And you might try it. You might try it. Try to pick up the Bible, or pick up something that has some common sense to it, that will help your life and help you become all that you're supposed to be. God has a plan for your life, and he wants to make that plan come to fruition. Why is it we don't love each other anymore? There's such a division of different cultures, and there's different cultures in each town, in each city now, and we have to No, let me put it. Let me rephrase it. We need to take on the heart like Christ did and love people where they are. Not if they do something bad to you. You still have to love them or you have to forgive them. But it's not easy. This life is getting harder, and lawlessness somewhat is prevailing in a lot of places. And we have to be on the guard and be people that have the strength and the courage and whatever it takes to endure in this day and time. And be careful all the time. You never know. Well, it's sad the way things have deteriorated in the last few years. You know, when I was a young man in high school, we never locked our doors. We never locked our car doors. We never locked anything. Everybody trusted everybody. But those days are gone for now. But I know that God can help us come back to common sense again. And young people who come from dysfunctional situations in their home are asking the same question. Why did this happen to me? Why is my family like it is? Now, please accept what I'm saying. Don't take it all personal, but let's work toward changing the very environment of where we live. I am empty on the inside. So many people, you can tell by looking at their eyes that they're empty, but they're putting on outward appearance to make them look like they've got it all together. But inside, at night, when they lay on their bed, there's emptiness there. And they're they're asking, how can I fix this? I don't have anybody to turn to. Nobody wants to help fulfill the void in my life. And my life is yearning. It's crying out for the truth. It's crying out for life itself. And I want to have the life that would be good for me. And I want to read this to you. The life of Job, whose story is told in the book of the Bible by that name, contains many lessons for us today. In it, we see the value of patience, perseverance, and importance of holding our tongue, not to mention God's faithfulness, restoration, and power that will help in that restoration and bring about goodness. You know, just a couple of days ago, I think it was, Chris Christopherson passed away. And he was a great songwriter. And I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, allowed to do this. But he wrote a song called Why Me, Lord? And let me share that with you, maybe in our closing time. It says this, and Chris, thank you for writing this song. Thank you for those who sing it with you. And it says, why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one of the pleasures I've known? Tell me, Lord, what did I ever do that was worth loving you, or the kindness you've shown? Lord, help me, Jesus. I've wasted it. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus. My soul is in your hand. Tell me, Lord, if you think there's a way I can try to repay all that I've taken from you. Maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself on my way back to you. I love this. I love it. Maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself on my way back to you. Lord, help me, Jesus. I've wasted it. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus. My soul is in your hand. Lord, help me, Jesus. I've wasted it. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus. My soul is in your hand. Jesus, my soul is in your hand. He wrote this a few years ago, and it tells a story about a man who knew how to write songs, and he was a great writer, good singer, and he loved people, and he's got a good name with a lot of good country western stars like Waylon Jennings and the other ones that he worked with. And he was a part of that outlaw team, but they weren't really outlaws. They were just doing songs the way that they wanted to. I'm a country western believer, country western song, and I like to hear them, some of them, and that one especially struck a chord with me. And when I found out today that he had passed away, I went to my computer and wrote off these lyrics so I could share them. I read them over 2 or 3 times to get them down into my own heart. Why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one of the pleasures I've known? If you're an American, you are most favored, almost, of a lot of people in the world. And sometimes we forget to be thankful and have an attitude of gratitude that God wants us to have so that we can share that with others and love other people, our families especially, our friends, our neighbors, our countrymen. And we need to really be praying and going on our knees to pray for our nation. And may God bless you. I say these podcasts are going to be about 20 minutes long, and I've gone 23 minutes, almost 24 today. But I hope that somehow or another the answer to your whys will be answered. And if you need some help that I can help you, then just put it on YouTube and ask the question why, and we will try to help you answer it. God bless you is my prayer for all of you today. Thank you.